بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين أما بعد حدثنا محمود بن غيلان حدثنا بشر بن السري عن سفيان عن طلحة بن يحيى عن عائشة بنت طلحة عن عائشة أم المؤمنين رضي الله تعالى عنها قالت كان النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يأتيني فيقول أعندك غداء فأقول لا فيقول إني صائم قالت فأتانا يوما فقلت يا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إنه أهديت لنا هدية قال وما هي قلت حيث قال أما إني أصبحت صائما قالت ثم أكل. Hadith Sharif from the chapter Imam al-Tirmidhi rahmatullah alayh has brought that what was the curry, what was the gravy of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam, what type of curry and gravy Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam used to have. That is the whole chapter, and there are approximately 33 riwayat. This Hadith Sharif was recited on Tuesday also. It is the Hadith number 31 from the chapter of the gravy Mubarak of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Salan Mubarak of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, curry Mubarak of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And Hadith Sharif is being narrated by our mother Aisha radiyallahu ta'ala anha. She said that Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to come to me and he used to ask, is there anything for breakfast or for to eat? So I used to reply that no. So Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam then he used to say, I am fasting. Our mother Aisha radiyallahu ta'ala anha said that one day Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam came, and I said in reply that Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, today a gift has come, a hadiyah has come, so it is there. So Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam asked, what is it? So she replied, Haysun. It is being prepared by dates. In our language, they say malida of khajur. They make sweet stuff from dates. So it was there. So Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that I was going to intend for fast, but now Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam had left his intention of fasting, and our mother Aisha radiyallahu ta'ala anha said that Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam ate afterwards. We had gone through same riwayat on Tuesday also, and our mother Aisha radiyallahu ta'ala anha, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward her and every Ummul Mu'mineen and all the Sahaba. If you remember, on Tuesday we were discussing about three things. One is the mission of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. One is the social life of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And one, Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam's wish to become martyr. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam had these three wishes, three desires, that my mission go wide and global and international and universal. It must carry on my mission. That was his wish. And as it is, we have Jamaat here that day also. Because of the Jamaat, I shared these three things. And whenever Jamaat comes, now, I think we are entering into the period of more and more sacrifices. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us from the tests and trials. But be prepared. Be prepared. I've been saying from long that it is the reality of now every household that seniors are being undermined. They are not being respected. They are not being given their rights. Sometimes they are being sidelined. It was supposed to be that they must be given preference, but juniors do not give them preference and they take preference for themselves. That is the time we are entering. That is what Nabi Sassam was suspecting, especially for Ansar. This Hadith Sharif is directly addressed to Ansar. Nabi Sassam said it to the Ansar. But one can safely say that it is the guidelines for one and all till the day of Qiyamah. Whenever you face this type of situation, if you want to please Allah and His Habib sallallahu alaihi wasallam, then you must follow the guidelines of Nabi Sassam. You lose match here and you win greater match between yourself and Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You sacrifice little but you will receive treat from Nabi Sassam. And this riwayat is narrated by our mother Aisha radiyallahu ta'ala. Maulana Iqbal Ranguni, he was saying very beautiful things. He said, we have two errors, two times, two phrases. One is the phrase of i'timad and one is the phrase of istinad. When it was the time of Abu Bakr radiyallahu ta'ala, early days of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Abu Bakr radiyallahu ta'ala's time, in a manner, Quran and Sunnah is being compiled. It was not compiled in that manner. But that was the time of trust. That Abu Bakr said it and everybody accepted. Radiyallahu ta'ala. Umar radiyallahu ta'ala said it, everybody accepted. So that was the time of trust and i'timad. And then the time came that now, in human history, from Adam alayhi salatu wassalam till the day of Qiyamah, from Nabi Sassam till the day of Qiyamah, it's our time. But from Adam alayhi salatu wassalam, before Rasulullah Sassam, from Adam alayhi salatu wassalam, before Rasulullah Sassam, you will find in history nowhere that people who collected, who memorized, who wrote, who gathered statements of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, whether it is Quran or whether it is hadith of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Whoever wrote, whoever collected, whoever gathered, whoever compiled, they themselves, people who collected, their whole life is being preserved. An example, you just open Bukhari Sharif, then everybody know who is Imam Bukhari, who is Imam Muslim. And any narrator comes into the Bukhari Sharif, then their whole life is being preserved. The special sciences of ilm, it is being called ilm asma'ur rijal. Ilm asma'ur rijal. People who are the people of deen, who preserve deen, who are the narrators of deen, who falls into the chain of narration of deen, then their whole lives are being preserved. This is the unique contribution of this ummah. You will find nowhere from Adam alayhi salatu wasalam to Isa alayhi salatu wasalam. So that is istinad. That anything is being said from Nabi Sassam, about Nabi Sassam, then there must be an unbroken chain of narration. That is sanad. That is sanad. So that starts afterwards. So he was explaining beautifully that one is the time of trust and one is the time of sanad, time of narration, time of chain of narration. So we can say that our mother Ummul Mu'mineen Aisha radiyallahu ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had preserved her. She entered, I always say, she entered into the class of Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu as a child. And this one child, if you leave all Anbiya aside, and few like Abu Bakr and Umar radiyallahu ta'ala, few of them aside, this child will be weighty over whole mankind. Because she was enrolled into the madrasa of Rasulullah at the childhood. And she was very genius. What she did do, that is what we were talking last time. That, she was very cross with her own nephew, Abdullah ibn Zubair radiyallahu ta'ala. I had narrated this incident also many times. Abdullah ibn Zubair radiyallahu ta'ala, her sister's son. And she was very fond of him and he was very fond of her. But she became upset. Why? Because that is what she learned from Nabi Sassam. Here what we learning, Nabi Sassam comes inside the house, there is nothing. One day he was about to lead Salat, Nabi Sassam. Iqamat was said and he said, just hold on. He went into his house, he came back and Sahaba, that is where we will come back to. Mission of Nabi Sassam, social life of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and his wish of martyrdom. Inshallah, we'll come back to that. Sahaba, Sahaba, who are Sahaba? They carry on with the mission of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. They all had imani cameras full of muhabbat, full of love. They were observing from the life of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam everything. So they saw a strange thing that Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, after Iqamat, he took permission from the audience, from the congregation. He went home, he came back, and then he led Salat. After Salat, they all inquired that, Ya Rasulullah, what's wrong? Why does that happen? So Nabi Sallallahu said, I remembered that I had 6 dinars in my house. So I stand, you know how we stand in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I don't know about you. You must be performing good Salat. When I make salam every time, I don't know, masjid people must expel me from the imamat. Because when I finish my salat, I fight with myself. That what type of salat I have performed. There was no connection between myself and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There was no iota of devotion. There was no iota of dedication. There was no iota of the reality of the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And when you say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, assalam, angels are crying on your salat. Because salat of Nabi Sassam we're talking about. No one can perform salat like Nabi Sassam. No one can perform. But when we say Allahu Akbar, then you are supposed to leave the whole world behind. But our world starts in our salat. What task I have ahead of me today, that's what shaitan reminds me. And we become busy with that. We read everything, Subhanakallahumma and Surah Fatiha and Surah and Subhana Rabbiyal Azim, Subhana Rabbiyal, just machine fashion. We never enjoy saying Subhana Rabbiyal Azim. We never enjoy. We never feel its taste and sweetness. We never enjoy saying Subhana Rabbiyal Ala. When you say Subhana Rabbiyal Azim and Subhana Rabbiyal Ala, then you say, you are pure. I am filthy. I'm dirty. I am such dirty person that I was not qualified to take your name. It's your karam. It's your kindness. It's your vastness. That is the reality of Subhana Rabbiyal Azim. But, so here Nabi Sassam, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he comes here and leads Salat, and after Salat he tells Sahaba that I remember that I had 6 dinar in my house. And I felt that how I am going to present myself to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when I have dunya in my house. So I got rid of dunya first, and then I came to lead Salat. What she had seen from the life of Nabi Sassam, that is what she did whole of her life. And how unfair it will be on you that if some filthy minded scholar makes you think that why Nabi Sassam had that many wives? Why Nabi Sassam got married to a young child? Is it not child abuse? Na'uzubillah, thumma na'uzubillah, thumma na'uzubillah. How can we go into that territory? And how can we take name of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam? Oh Allah, give us ghusl with the water of Iman and modesty and chastity. And then only if we go into the ahadith of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, we will derive and we will conclude something beneficial. And that benefits will remain till the day of Qiyamah. Otherwise, on Tuesday also I was saying that there are so many scholars in a market. Maybe they will have quantity of information, but they have no quality. And here quality matters, not quantity. Not quantity. So I was saying that what she saw from the life of Nabi Sassam, that is what she did. I was saying Abdullah ibn Zubair, she became angry. Because whatever used to come into the household of Aisha, she lived for over 50 years after Nabi Sassam. And that is what I was going to say, that she is the sangam of Dore I'timad and Dore Istinad. She is the mixture. She is the meeting point of both the time of trust also and time of the chain of narration also. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala preserved her for 50 years. And why Allah preserved her? Look at her contribution. Look at her academic weight. Look at her zuhud. How she was never inclined towards this dunya. Look at her regrets. Look at her whole life. Then we will conclude that why Allah brought her into the nikah of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So she also used to follow the same sunnah, that nothing of the dunya must remain in my house. So Abdullah ibn Zubair sometimes used to say that my auntie, I'm not going to allow you to do that. You distribute everything away and you don't keep anything for yourself, and you are fasting. You have nothing to eat. You have nothing to survive. I'm just translating his sentiments. He was like saying in a manner that it must not continue now. She became unhappy and she said that, Abdullah, I won't talk to you anymore. Who are you to stop me? Are you advising me? Are you trying to rectify me? Are you trying to scold me? Stay away from me. And if you remember, I have shared many times, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Ya nisa an-nabiyyi, lastunna ka ahadim minan nisa'i ittaqaytunna. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to every wife of, I'm talking about only Aisha, but every wife of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, Allah said that you are an extraordinary woman. Extraordinary individual Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. That's why extraordinary women were selected for him. He was extraordinary human being. That's why extraordinary humans in the shapes of Sahaba were selected for his company, for his companionship. So this is the Allah's selection. It is Allah's selection. Allah said that you are not ordinary women. You are an extraordinary woman if you have taqwa. And if you remember, our mother Aisha radiallahu ta'ala, when she was about to depart from this world, she was into her final illness. And Sahaba, some of the Sahaba, they planned that let's go and pay visit to Aisha radiallahu ta'ala. So they were going. Abdullah ibn Zubair also joined. And he said, play a trick. That go onto the door of Aisha radiallahu ta'ala and ask that, "O Ummul Mu'mineen, we are your sons. You are our mother, mother of believers. We came to pay a visit to you. Can we come? Can we come?" Aisha radiallahu ta'ala asked, who are you? Nabi Sassam, Aisha radiallahu gave permission that all of you can come. But when she heard that it was Abdullah ibn Abbas radiallahu ta'ala, she was hesitant. Why? Because she is now struggling, leaving this world, between life and death, into the final illness. And she allowed, but she was hesitant, thinking that just now Abdullah will come and he will start praising me. Greatest woman of all times, leaving this world, and she is worried that people must not come and praise me. What is your situation and my situation? We only admire if you praise me. If you criticize me, then immediately contact will be disconnected. Off you go. And she doesn't like that. And she allowed, and we have shared that riwayat. I am not going to go into the detail. That is what Abdullah ibn Abbas did. That he started mentioning her, that what Allah said about you and what Nabi Sassam said about you and ayats are saying about you. So that is long riwayat. Abdullah ibn Zubair also joined in. He joined in, and that's how he did compromise with his auntie Aisha radiallahu ta'ala. Why? Because he was trying to advise her that leave something inside the house. And she never left inside the house. Why? Because this is what she saw from the life of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Whatever zuhud, whatever sacrifices, whatever generosity, whatever ilm, whatever she saw, she is one of the greatest student of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So we'll end here, but that hadith sharif I was going to share, that Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said to Ansar, "Innakum satarawna ba'di atharatan tunkirunaha fasbiru hatta talqawni ala al-hawd." That you will see after me such things that you will not like it. You will disapprove it. It will hurt you. But what you must do? Fasbiru hatta talqawni ala al-hawd. Have sabr until you meet me onto the Hawd-e Kawthar. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, without any test and trials, make us our reunion between ourselves and Nabi Sassam happy, welcoming, full of receiving and excitement and anticipation. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make that possible. I was saying that Nabi Sassam had 3 wishes. One, that his mission should carry on. Sahaba are being deputed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to carry on with the mission of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. His social life, Nabi sallallahu had desire that it must go into the social life of every ummati of mine. That is gone into the household of every ummati through ummahatul mu'mineen, through azwaj mutahharat, through wives of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And Nabi sallallahu had desire that Allah give me martyrdom. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala fulfill his desire by Sayyiduna Hussain radiyallahu ta'ala, by Ahle Bayt. So Ahle Bayt carried on with the desire of Nabi Sassam of martyrdom. Families, wives of Nabi Sassam, they conveyed social life of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam to the whole world, to the mankind till the day of Qiyamah. And mission of Nabi Sassam will continue till the day of Qiyamah through Sahaba. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. يا أول الأولين يا آخر الآخرين يا راحم المساكين يا ذا القوة المتين يا ذا المن فلا يمن عليك يا ذا الطول يا ذا الجلال والإكرام لا إله إلا أنت زهر اللاجئين وجار المستجيرين ومأمن الخائفين يا مأمن الخائفين إن كنت كتبتنا عندك في الكتاب أشقياء فامحو عنا اسم الشقاء وإن كنت كتبتنا عندك في أم الكتاب مقطرا علينا أرزاقنا فامحو تقطير رزقنا وحرمان رزقنا واكتبنا وأثبتنا عندك سعداء ووفقنا الخير فإنك تقول في كتابك يمحو الله ما يشاء ويثبت وعنده أم الكتاب. اللهم إنا نسألك فعل الخيرات وترك المنكرات وحب المساكين وأن تغفر لنا وترحمنا، فإذا أردت بقوم فتنة فتوفنا غير مفتونين، غير خزايا ولا ندامة ولا مفتونين. اللهم ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. اللهم علمنا الكتاب والتأويل، اللهم فقهنا في الدين، اللهم اجعلنا علماء فقهاء، اللهم اجعلنا من الراسخين في العلم، واجعلنا من التوابين، واجعلنا من المتطهرين المتطهرين، واجعلنا من عبادك المخلصين المخلصين، واجعلنا من الذين لا خوف عليهم ولا هم يحزنون. اللهم ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم. وصلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه سيدنا وحبيبنا مولانا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين برحمته.